What's so incredible about this property is that I think there are several different types of buyers. You know, you have that private buyer that wants to, you know, carry a legacy property and pass it on, you know, from generation to generation. But also, what we're going to do during this series is we're going to also reach out to some of the top architects and developers, because it's such a rare opportunity. It takes the right artist, really. Bradley Wisk with Bradley Wisk Homes and Keller Williams Luxury International, and you know, I'm truly honored to present this property to you, 5959 Lake Harbor Road in Norton Shores, Michigan. It's truly a rare opportunity. The artistry of this property, and just look at the environment. Just look behind me. I mean, it's incredible.
And here behind me, we're on the ridge of the property line of the front parcel. And I just want you to join me as we walk that. It's truly incredible. But all this around me is the entire vastness of the property.
We're up on top of this bluff here, and behind me is literally Lake Michigan. It's a rare opportunity of 1,200 feet of private beach frontage on Lake Michigan.
There's currently 30 to 40 yards of beach. And in West Michigan, if you do any research, that's a rarity. We have the highest water levels in over 100 years. It's truly incredible that this piece of land, we're talking about all the way up to Sleepy Bear Dunes, down to South Haven, they all have massive erosion, which is very sad, but this property, that's why it makes it such a rare gem, so unique. We're walking, we're still walking. This is still yours. Truly incredible.
I use the analogy of like when someone goes out to a course developer and they're going to look for a piece of land, and they have the vision in their mind of the golf course they want to make and design, but it's not completed. They take these 18 holes and they see them. They see the par 5s, the par 3s, the par 4s. They see the clubhouse. How is it going to sit up on top of that bluff? How is it going to, you know, set into that topography and be natural, but also they think of the artistry and the vision. It takes a lot of vision. And what's wonderful about this property is there's already a lot here. You have the 1,200 feet of frontage that you're always going to have. You have the almost 9 acres of land. And you have these 3 existing cottages, the north, the middle, and the south cottage that have been grandfathered in. And so the canvas is there, but I think it's going to take the right visionary, whether it be an architect, he or she building their masterpiece, their kind of homage to the architectural world, and like Frank Lloyd Wright did so well. And you know, actually that's what's so beautiful about coming to this property. You know, the South Cottage, what I love so much, it has this Frank Lloyd Wright, and to me as an artist, that's someone I've always admired and loved. And you get this teak walkway coming right to it. You know, and I think it's that architect taking their vision, their Frank Lloyd Wright vision, whatever that means to them, and creating that. This property allows that.
So here we are, and as you can see over my left shoulder, this is the South Cottage, in my opinion, the Frank Lloyd Wright version. And it is gorgeous, one of my favorites. I like all 3, but this is my favorite. And you can see the beautiful stone in the exterior, some of the original teak decking that my client has completely finished up. And as you can see through these trees, there is our beautiful Lake Michigan, along with our 1,200 feet of private beach frontage. Truly incredible. And if I stop talking, you can actually hear the water.
And what's wonderful about this property is you can build it on that back of the parcel, which is contiguous to PJ Hoffmaster. So when you build this masterpiece, it can be viewed by people walking on the beach, but also no one can ever build to the left of you. And so how wonderful is that in the state of Michigan, pure Michigan, to build this house that will be admired for generations. Like I said, I think there are 3 separate buyers, and when I speak to my client, you know, we often talk about this as well. I think there's that legacy buyer that's going to build their dream home, maybe keep the 3 cottages, keep it within the family for legacy, a legacy property for multiple generations. There's the developer who sees these couple of parcels that, is 1,200 feet of frontage that, we don't see that. It's, when I was looking initially, and, we all refer to it as comparables. I really don't like to think of it that way. I think of it as, what makes this special and unique? Yes, we have to draw the data points and see what does frontage go for? Well, in some places it's 10,000 per foot. In some places in West Michigan it's 20,000 per foot. So it's just taking the property, embodying it, understanding all the details of it. That's how we come about with finding the right buyer. And with that mindset, whether it be an architect builder, whether it be a developer, whether it be a single person, a buyer just looking to find that legacy property. It's how do we market to all three of those type of clients? And that is my job, and that's what I want to show you guys the journey. I think it's a behind the scenes journey of how do we find that buyer? How do we think up these different variables? As I refer to it, and by the way, I'm TMing it, so please do not take this, but I call it applicable variables. To each different property, there are always different variables. The process may be the same. We've done this process. A lot of different, agents will attest to this. Whether you're a broker, whether you're just a selling agent or a buying agent, the variables are always different. They're always developing, and so again, that's why I call them applicable variables, and that's what is the impetus behind finding the right buyer for this property. When I was looking in the beginning, there was nothing I could find. There was nothing I could find on Lake Michigan or Lake Huron or Lake Superior for that matter, that had 1,200 feet of frontage, private beach frontage, zone residential. That's why this makes it such a rare opportunity, such a unique opportunity.
The only thing I can hear during our walk is the waves crashing. Maybe a plane once in a while. That's a plane, all right? It's not on your beach. Not on your beach.
I'll say it again. This is a rare opportunity to have over 1,200 feet of private beach frontage on Lake Michigan. There's nothing like it. And so that's why I think, when I truly think about it, I don't think the buyer necessarily has to be in Michigan. And that's why I am going to market it nationally. I'm going to market to, buyers in Chicago, buyers in San Francisco, buyers in LA, buyers in New York. And actually, speaking of New York, the original owners of this parcel were from New York, 1947. I'm truly honored to be a part of this. I really am. I think, when people look back on this, they're going to see this hidden gem and what is created. And potentially, a developer comes along and develops this amazing development. Obviously, I will document it for you all to see from start to finish. And then to be a part of that, and then to sell this new development with 1,200 feet of private beach frontage, which I haven't seen that. Maybe I've seen that before in South Haven. There's a property there, but it's a condominium development that shares the 700 feet of frontage, not just one single home or 3 cottages, an entire development. Okay, so we're talking about something that if a developer comes along and they create their vision. The selling point is no matter how beautiful condos you build or single-family residences you build, the selling point is still the 1,200 feet of private beach frontage on Lake Michigan. Find another place that has 30 or 40 yards of real beach in West Michigan currently.
All right, everyone. We're still walking. It's about 10 minutes has gone by. So we're going to stop for a second, and we're going to take a look behind me, just so you can see. Everything behind me is yours. Trust me, if you want that, all you have to do is just give me a call. That's it. That's simple. Just call me. You write up an offer, and it's yours. Give me a call.
It's kind of been a fun journey. It started really as wanting to be a plastic surgeon was kind of what I originally wanted to be. And then, in my senior year of high school, I needed an extra credit. And so I decided to take chorus. My counselor said, Brad, take chorus. You're gonna love it. It may be the only guy in the chorus. So that was kind of the impetus for me, is doing that. And so I fell in love with singing. Primarily opera and classical music was what I studied in my undergrad and my master's, first at Indiana University in Bloomington, Indiana.
Hey, I told you earlier that I'm an opera singer. So if you happen to be an opera singer yourself, you have a private beach. You don't have to sing inside. Come outside and sing. Just go.
So it's truly an honor to have this wonderful listing, this $10 million listing, and in the residential environment, which puts you kind of in that, luxury environment, luxury residential. I never want any client to feel they can't just give me a call. I feel like it should be like grabbing, a cup of coffee and speaking with a friend or family. That's what I want people to know Bradley Wisk as, in this Bradley Wisk home.
And sometimes when I have a little bit of free time and I'm not working with other clients, I actually come to this property and just sit here and think about other ways I can actually market and sell the property. It's so peaceful. There's no one here. There's no one here. I mean, it's incredible. This is, and truly, until you see it, you don't realize how rare of an opportunity this truly is. And what a wonderful place to think and meditate and do whatever you do best. One of these times, just come join me, come sit down and have a conversation, and I'd be glad to give you, a private tour of this incredible, incredible opportunity.